Dear students, we discussed the position of center of mass. Now, how to find out the position of center of mass for different shapes of body? Look at here. For cylindrical body, triangular shaped body, circular shaped body, rectangular shaped body, square shaped body. Suppose assume yourself this is a circle. For circular disc, uniform circular disc, the center of mass comes at exactly at center. For symmetrical shape body, ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿಮಿಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಬಾಡಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಜಿಯೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ನೋ, ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ for some body it lies inside, for some body center of mass lies outside. For circular disc, center of mass position comes at center. For hollow circular ring, look at that. For this hollow circular ring, center of mass comes outside. ನೋಡಿ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಗೆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್. ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಲೈಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್, ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಲೈಸ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. ಫಾರ್ ಸಿಮಿಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಬಾಡಿ the center of mass exactly coincides at geometric center. Look at here. For here exactly at center. For triangular lamina exactly at center of the triangle, we call centroid of the triangle. For circular disc exactly at center. For rectangular lamina exactly at center. Square shaped lamina exactly at center. Andre lamina means shape anta artha. Now, how to find out the triangular shape body? The triangular lamina. The triangular lamina, I told that for triangular lamina center of mass comes at centroid of the triangle. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? How it comes at centroid of the triangle? Look at here. ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Center of mass, the position of center of mass for triangular lamina, triangular shape. Look at here, dear students. First you consider a triangular lamina, the triangular shape body. This is the triangular shape body, L, M, N. Now you divide the triangular lamina by taking parallel strips or parallel lines. ಈ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡು you divide ಮಾಡಿ. ನೋಡಿ, I am dividing the triangular lamina into by using the parallel strips. ಈ parallel strips ತಗೊಂಡು ಈ triangular lamina divide ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Due to the symmetry, the center of mass comes at center of for parallel strips. ಈ ಥರ parallel stripsಗಳಿಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇಯರ್ because due to symmetry ear. Now look at that ear. Now to draw one line from ear to ear, ಆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್, ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಬಿಡಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಲೈನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ look at here this is the center. Now due to the symmetry, the center of mass, the position of center of mass comes here. Now you draw the medians from ear to ear. ಇವಾಗ medians draw ಮಾಡಿ. Look at that. This is the median. Now this is the median. Now look at that. You take this is MQ. You take this is NR. MQ and NR are the medians. Now these medians intersect here. Now this point is called centroid of the triangle. This is the way to find out the position of center of mass for triangular lamina. Now look at here. The other shapes, I told that the square shaped lamina, circular shaped lamina, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ, ಹಾಲೋ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಮಿನಾ, ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ triangle. Now this is the G is the centroid of the triangle. Now look at here. ಇವಾಗ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವ ಥರ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. Look at here, the next topic is the very important, the motion of center of mass. The motion of center of mass. Before that, look at here, the motion of center of mass ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು we know that the position of center of mass for n particles along x-axis, what is the formula? xcm, the position of center of mass is equal to 1 by m summation mi xi, I starts from 1 to n. Similarly, the position of center of mass along y-axis is 1 by m. M means total mass summation I is equal to 1 to n mi yi. Similarly, the position of center of mass for n particles lying along z-axis is 1 by m summation I is equal to 1 to n mi zi. Okay. Now, this is the formula for, ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ನೋಡಿ, this is the formula for, we know that the number of particles are distributed along x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, look at here, ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. particles ಎಲ್ಲ, suppose the particles are distributed along x-axis, the particles are distributed along y-axis, and the particles are distributed along z-axis. Distribution ಆಗಿದೆ. Now what about for tightly packed body or continuous linear body? Suppose you take the linear rod. You take the linear rod. The tightly packed body, ಒಂದು ರಾಡ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. The rod is uniformly distributed, but here this is tightly packed body. For tightly packed body, the particles are very closer. ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. For tightly packed body, this is the rod. What is L? L is the length of the rod. Now you divide the rod into small segment. ಈ ರಾಡನ್ನ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಈ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ dm. ನೋಡಿ, ದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ರಾಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಈ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ dm. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ dm. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಮೇ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್? ನೋ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟೈಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಆರ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಯಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ? ಇದೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು? ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ tightly packed body xcm is equal to, in the place of summation I am using integration. Look at that, here 1 by m. What is m? Total mass of the rod. Now m is the total mass of the rod. I divide it into small segments. Each mass is dm. Now in the place of summation I used integration. Here look at here, mi xi. I am taking x as it is, x ಅಂತ ಹಂಗೆ ತಗೋತೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ m ಐ ಆಮ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ dm, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ m I divide into small parts. Each part mass is dm. But xcm is equal to 1 by m integration x dm. Here the integration ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೋದು. ನೋಡಿ, ಇಂಟಗ್ರೇಷನ್ x dm. Similarly, the position of center of mass for tightly packed body is equal to 1 by m integration y dm. Similarly, position of center of mass for tightly packed body is equal to 1 by m integration z dm. ಈ ಥರ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. Got it? May clear this? This is for distribution. Well, particles are well distributed, then use this formula. A tightly packed body or continuous linear body, or tightly packed body rod like that, beam like that. For this we have to use the integration. In the place of summation you have to use integration. The next topic is motion of center of mass. Now look at here, this is rigid body. For this rigid body, center of mass comes inside. Now this body is moving, means all the particles are moving. You have to apply the force, all the particles are moving. To understand the movement of the particles in this body, okay, but to understand the all particles is difficult. So to avoid that, here I am using center of mass. You apply the external force, the force acts on center of mass. And force apply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ force center of mass ಗೆ apply ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ center of mass move ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. If center of mass moves means all the particles are moves. But center of mass ಇಂದ ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So very important. Now look at here, motion of center of mass. Motion of center of mass. Here I am using the general expression. What is general expression? The position of center of mass, we know that RCM is equal to 1 by m summation mi Ri. I starts from 1 to n. Along x-axis XCM, y-axis YCM, z-axis ZCM. Position of center of mass along x-axis and along y-axis and along z-axis. So look at here RCM. You take m2 this side. What is RCM? Position of center of mass. RCM andre position of center of mass. Particles ಎಲ್ಲ distribute ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ x, y, z axis ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ what is the RCM? Position of center of mass. RCM means XCM I cap plus YCM J cap plus ZCM K cap ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಇದನ್ನು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. You take m here, m this side, m into RCM vector is equal to, look at here, summation extend ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. I is equal to 1 ಕೊಡೋಣ, 1 ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ m1 r1, this is vector m1 r1 vector plus m2 r2 vector plus dot 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 mn rn vector. Look at here, now you have to extend, ಇದನ್ನು extend ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Now what is r1 vector? r1 vector means x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. Okay, x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. Similarly here, what is r2 vector? r2 vector means extend ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap. It is dot dot dot. Extend ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Now look at here, the mass. What is m? Total mass of the system. You take a system or you take a body. M is the mass of the whole body or mass of the whole system. Or position of center of mass. m1 x1 m1 x1 ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇದೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಹಂಗೆ m2 x2. look at here, m2 x2 ಐ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ತೆಕ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಹಂಗೆ m3 x3 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಡಾಟ್ 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 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಹಂಗೆ m1 y1 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ತೆಕ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಹಂಗೆ m2 y2 ಹಂಗೆ m3 y3 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಡಾಟ್ 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 ಹಂಗೆ m1 z1 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ z k ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ m2 z2 ಡಾಟ್ 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 ಹಿಂಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಅದನ್ನು ಹಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಬೇಡ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್. ನಾವು ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಟು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಹಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಯು ಕೀಪ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಹಂಗೆ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ತೊಗೊಂಬರೋಣ. ಯು ಕೀಪ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಶೋನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ, m1 r1 ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ m2 r2 ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಡಾಟ್ 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 mn rn ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. Now look at here, differentiate with respect to time. You consider a body. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಫ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಇವಾಗ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ body is moving. This body is moving means you have to apply the force. Force apply madidre body move aagta ide. Then the position of, you apply the force acts on all the particles and also on the center of mass. To understand all the behavior of all the particles, it is very easy to understand the motion of center of mass. Idu move aagtide andre center of mass kuda move aagtide anta artha. Look at here. Now look at here, you differentiate. The body is moving means differentiate with respect to time. Now differentiate m as it is, differentiation of position of center of mass with respect to time, the differentiation of dr1 vector by dt plus differentiation, this is what, sorry, m2. Now differentiation of dr2 by dt plus dot 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 mn differentiation drn vector by dt. Okay. Now look at here, what is velocity? This is in vector form, using velocity of center of mass. What is velocity of center of mass? drcm. The rate of change of position of center of mass is velocity of center of mass. Now look at here, and also v1 vector. What is v1 vector? Velocity of the particle, first particle. Similarly v2 velocity of second particle. Similarly velocity of third particle goes on. Velocity of nth particle drn vector by dt. This is what m into vcm vector is equal to m1 v1 vector. This is what m2 v2 vector. This is what m3 v3 vector plus dot 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 mn vn vector. What is mass into velocity? Momentum. Using momentum. Look at here. Otherwise, once again you differentiate with respect to time. Once again then matte differentiation madana. Now differentiate with respect to time. Once again differentiate m as it is, d velocity of center of mass with respect to time is equal to, once again differentiate dv1 vector by dt plus m2 dv2 vector by dt plus dot 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 using acceleration. What is the acceleration? Acceleration of center of mass, the rate of change of velocity. The body is moving, one body move aagta ide, force apply madidini, acceleration, it produces acceleration, changes in velocity, force changes the velocity, force produces the acceleration. What is the acceleration of acceleration of center of mass? Here dvcm by dt. Okay, then this is acceleration of first particle. Look at here, a1 vector dv1 vector by dt. Similarly a2 vector dv2 vector by dt. It goes on. Now look at here, m into a. This is what is a? Acceleration of center of mass. Then what is a1? Acceleration of the first particle. a2 acceleration of second particle. Similarly a3 acceleration of third particle. Similarly it goes on, acceleration of nth particle. Now look at here, m into a. What is m into a? Force of center of mass. This is external force. You take external force vector is equal to force of first vector plus force of second vector plus dot 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 force of nth vector. Force of first particle, force of second particle, force of nth particle. Look at here, this is the formula we got, we confirmed. Yes, we confirmed. This is the body, this is the rigid body. The rigid body, we know that number of particles are there. Look at that here, a position of center of mass, you applied the force here, this external force acts on center of mass. The external force acts on center of mass is equal to sum of the vector sum of the individual forces acts on it. And when the rigid body ge force apply madidre, that external force acts on center of mass. If center of mass moves means all the particles are moves. This confirms. That's why this confirms the whole body moves means the center of mass moves. If center of mass moves means all the particles are moves. Okay. Now look at here. Now dear students, we will discuss the important points about center of mass. Know that center of mass you apply the force to the body, the external force acts on center of mass. If center of mass moves, all the particles are moves. Look at that, the first important point. The center of mass, the position of center of mass is independent of the coordinate system chosen. Suppose look at here, this is the coordinate system, x-axis and then y-axis and then z-axis. The position of center of mass is independent of the coordinate system chosen. ಇದು ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರೋ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರೋ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರೋ, ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್. Second point, the position of center of mass depends on the shape of the body and distribution of mass. Because we know that, look at here, the position, suppose position of center of mass on x-axis is, what is the formula? 1 by m summation mi xi. The position of center of mass depends on the distribution of the masses, yes, m1, m2, m3. ಈ ಮಾಸಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಶೇಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ. ಬಾಡಿ ಯಾವ ಶೇಪ್ ಇದೆ? ಸಪೋಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಫಾರ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್. ಫಾರ್ ಹಾಲೋ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ. ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, third point, in symmetrical bodies in which the distribution of mass is homogeneous, center of mass coincides with geometrical center. I told that you take symmetrical shape body, circle, rectangular lamina, triangular lamina, these are all symmetrical shape body. For symmetrical shape body, the center of mass exactly coincides at the geometric center. For triangular lamina, center of mass, position of center of mass comes at centroid. For square lamina, it comes at center of the square, like that. Okay. Now, the very important is importance of center of mass of system of particles. Now, look at here. ಈ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇಂದು ಏನು, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ನಮಗೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನಾನು ಇವಾಗೇನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಅವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನಾವು ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಯು ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆಲ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ, ಅದು ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ this is center of mass we need, because the external force acts on center of mass. The center of mass moves, all the particles also moves. You know that the external force act on center of mass is equal to vector sum of the forces of the particles. ಈ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ಗೂ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Look at here, now I am giving some examples for the center of mass. Now look at here, suppose the example, now assume yourself the bomb at O. At O the bomb explodes. At O the bomb is moving in the parabolic path. At O ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಬ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, it moves in the parabolic path. After some time, after some instant of time, the bomb explodes. ಈ ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಬಿಗೆ ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ದ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಮಾಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೆಂಟರ್, ಹೌದಲ್ಲ? ಈ ಬಾಂಬು ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಇದು ಈ ಪಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ನೋ, ದ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟೇಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಎನಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಥ್ರೋನ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿ, ಇಟ್ ಫಾಲೋಸ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಬೋಲಿಕ್ ಪಾತ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಇದೇ ಥರ ಬಾಂಬು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್? ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್? ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ದ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋಡ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಏನಾಯಿತು? ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ದ What is the position of center of mass? The position of center of mass follows the same path, and also fragments also follows the parabolic path. ಈ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಬಾಂಬಿಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಬೋಲಿಕ್ ಪಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಬೇರೆದು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಬೋಲಿಕ್ ಪಾತಲ್ಲೇ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ದ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್. ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್? Force is equal to rate of change of momentum. There is no change in momentum. If there is no change in momentum, is no external force, only internal force. The internal force doesn't changes the change in momentum. Therefore, the position of center of mass follows the same path. First, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪಾತ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತೋ ಆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ಪಾತನ್ನು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್. And also we know that in firecracker, ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ ಫೈರ್ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕರ್ ತೊಗೊಂಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಪಟಾಕಿ ತೊಗೊಂಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಚ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, ಇನ್ ಫೈರ್ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಆ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಪಾತ್ ಫಾಲೋಡ್. ಯಾವ ಪಾತ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ the center of mass. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದ್ರಿಂದ there is no change in momentum. If there is no change in momentum, it follows the same path. ಇವಾಗ ಫೈರ್ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಎಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ ಫಾಲೋಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಬೋಲಿಕ್ ಪಾತ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ರೇಡಿಯೋಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಡಿಕೆ, in the radioactive decay we know that this is the heavy nucleus uranium-92-235 is bombarded with neutron. a neutron ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೊಂಬಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬೊಂಬಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ದ ಹೆವಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ದ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋಡ್ಸ್, ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಆದಾಗ ವಿತ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಪತ್ತೆ ಹಚ್ಬೋದು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಲೈಟರ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಮಿಡಲ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. You know that center of mass comes towards the heavier object, comes towards the heavier mass. ಆ ಹೆವಿಯರ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಹತ್ರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಈ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಹಲೋ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಹೌ ಆರ್ ಯು? ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಫೈನ್. ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ we discussed the center of mass concept. Now you are going to discuss the rotational motion. You know that in pure rotation motion you have to fix the axis or you have to pivot the axis. Then you have to pivot the axis, you have to pivot the body in one axis. Now all the particles are moves in circle with axis is center and distance is perpendicular to the axis. Now to understand the rotational motion we need the basic terms. Which are the basic terms? Angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration. After that the very important concepts are there. First you have to know these terms. The first one is angular displacement. Know that angular displacement. We know linear displacement. What is linear displacement? This is the body, this is here the position. Now this is position x1, after some time position x2. The change in position in a particular direction is called linear displacement. But here angular displacement. Now we consider a particle. Now this is the particle. A particle has mass m, and this particle moves in circular path. The particle moves in circular path. Now this is the center. Now this is the radius vector. Now the particle is here. After some time we know that the particle moves from here to here. This is the arc length. This is the distance covered by the particle. The particle moves in circular path. Now this is the radius vector. And this is the angle formed, which is delta theta. What is delta theta or theta? This is the angle formed between the radius vector. Now the particle moves on the circumference of a circle, but the angle is formed in between the radius vector. Here I am using, we know that radius but here I am using radius vector or position vector, but here I am using this term radius vector or vector. This is radius. In a given circle radius is fixed or radius is constant. The particle ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ is called angular displacement. Now look at here the angle. You know that what is plane angle? The plane angle theta or delta theta. What is plane angle? Plane angle means arc length by radius. Arc length by radius. What is plane angle? Arc length by radius. Okay. Now look at here theta, arc length by radius. The SI unit of angular displacement is, the SI unit is radian. The SI unit of plane angle is radian. So here angle, we are measuring the angular displacement in terms of radian. Now look at here. Now theta is equal to S by R. Theta is equal to S by R, or S is equal to theta into R. Now what is the formula we got? S is equal to theta into R, or theta is equal to S by R. Now another important term is angular velocity. Now what is angular velocity? The second term, angular velocity. Omega, angular velocity is a vector quantity. Angular speed is a scalar quantity. Now look at here, what is angular velocity? You know that the linear velocity. What is linear velocity? The rate of change of displacement is called linear velocity. But here similarly, look at here. Suppose you consider a body, a circular shape body. You fix the axis na fix madbudi. Axis is pivoted. Now look at here, this is the radius vector. Now the particle is moving in circular path. Particle ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Now this is the radius vector. In between the radius vector, the angle is formed, a theta or delta theta, doesn't matter. For large angle, delta theta. For small angle d theta or theta, doesn't matter. Now look at that here. Now the particle is moving in circular path. What is angular velocity? The angular velocity, the average angular velocity is the rate of change of angular displacement. If angle is more, look at that. If time interval is more, the angle formed is more. Angle ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. If time interval is less, the angle formed is less. Suppose look at here, this is omega bar, the average angular velocity. What is omega? Instantaneous angular velocity, d theta by dt. d theta by dt. The rate of change of angular displacement is called angular velocity. Here the angular velocity is a vector quantity. Now what is the direction of angular velocity? Look at that. Before that, what is the SI unit of angular velocity? SI unit of angle is radian. SI unit of time is second. This is what? Radian per second. The SI unit of angular velocity is radian per second, dear students. Now how to identify the direction of angular velocity? We know that angular velocity, the angular velocity is perpendicular to the plane, circular plane. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ಲೇನಿಗೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, the particle, look at that, the particle is moving in anti-clockwise direction. ನೋಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. The particle is moving in anti-clockwise direction. The omega, the angular velocity is taken as positive. The angular velocity comes upward. The angular velocity is perpendicular. The angular velocity is perpendicular to circular plane and angular velocity goes upwards. Circular plane ಗೆ perpendicular ಆಗಿದೆ and also is going upwards. The particle moves in anti-clockwise direction. Particle ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ angular velocity is going upward and perpendicular to the circular plane. Now the particle is moving in clockwise direction. ನೋಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ look at that, this is the axis. Now this is the direction of omega. The angular velocity is perpendicular to circular plane and angular velocity goes downwards. This is very important. The particle is rotating in circular path. To fix the axis, the angular velocity comes along the axis in the upward direction. The angular velocity is, if the particle moves in clockwise direction, the omega is perpendicular, it goes in downward direction. Now look at that, you take a rotating wheel. ಒಂದು ರೋಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ವೀಲ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಆ ರೋಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ವೀಲು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ ರೋಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ವೀಲಿಗೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಸಿಸ್. ಆ ರೋಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ವೀಲು ಆ್ಯಂಟಿ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ವೈಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆದರೆ ಏನು, ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ವೈಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆದರೆ ಏನು ನೋಡಿ. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಸುತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಒಮೆಗಾ ಅಪ್ವರ್ಡ್. ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ವೈಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಒಮೆಗಾ ಇಸ್ ಡೌನ್ವರ್ಡ್. Omega is downward. Very important. That's why by using right hand rule, by using right hand screw rule, by using right hand screw rule, we are going to identify the direction of angular velocity. Now the next term, angular acceleration. Before that, you have to know the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity and r, v, omega and r. Now look at here, relation between v, omega and r. Here we know that the particle is rotating in circular path. In between the radius vector, angle is formed. What is the angle? Theta is equal to arc length. S is the arc length by radius. Now what is S? S is equal to theta into r. Now here for this, differentiate with respect to time. Differentiate with respect to time. Particle is rotating. Time with respect to time, the particle is rotating. ds by dt is equal to d theta by dt into r, because here radius is fixed, r ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. This distance is going to change and you know that angle is going to change. ds by dt means v, d theta by dt means omega, this is r. This is the very important relation between v, omega and r. What is v? Linear velocity, omega angular velocity, r is the radius. This is in terms of magnitude. Now I am to write in vector form. In vector form, we know that in vector form, v vector is equal to omega vector into r vector. In vector form, v vector is equal to omega vector into r vector. Look at here, this is r vector, now this is omega vector and this is the velocity vector. The velocity vector is equal to cross product of omega vector and r vector. Angular velocity vector and position vector, a radius vector. Now next term, angular acceleration. Now what is angular acceleration? We know linear acceleration. What is linear acceleration? The rate of change of velocity is called linear acceleration. Similarly, what is angular acceleration? The time rate of change of angular velocity is called angular acceleration. Look at that, angular acceleration. Symbol is alpha. Angular acceleration is also a vector quantity. Linear acceleration is also the vector quantity. So look at that, we know that this is the axis, fixed axis. Now the particle is rotating. The particle is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. The omega is perpendicular to the plane and it goes upward. Now this is what radius vector or radius. In between these two, the angle is formed. Okay. Now what is angular acceleration? The average acceleration means if time interval is more, then angular velocity is more. Delta omega by delta t. In delta omega means we know that omega 2 minus omega 1 by time interval t2 minus t1. The rate of change of angular velocity is called angular acceleration. If time interval is small, a time interval tends to 0, then average becomes instantaneous. The instantaneous angular acceleration is equal to, we know that limit the delta t tends to 0 to the average acceleration. Now look at here, delta t approaches to 0, this becomes d omega by dt becomes d omega by delta omega by delta t becomes d omega by dt. The rate of change of angular velocity is called angular acceleration. The SI unit of angular acceleration is radian per second square. The SI unit of linear acceleration is meter per second square. In the place of meter, here radian. So SI unit of angular acceleration is radian per second square. Now look at here. Then what is the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration? Linear acceleration को angular acceleration को relationship. Relation between angular acceleration and linear acceleration. Alpha means angular acceleration, A means linear acceleration. Here I am using the relation, you know that V is equal to omega into R. V is equal to omega into R. This is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. V is equal to omega into R. Now differentiate with respect to time. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದಂಗೆ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್. ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಈಸ್ ರೊಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ circular form or in the rotational motion will get the angular acceleration. Differentiate dv by dt is equal to, look at here, dv by dt is equal to d omega by dt into r. Okay, but here r is fixed, correct? R is fixed. We know that what is dv by dt? The rate of change of acceleration. A, what is acceleration? The rate of change of velocity is called linear acceleration. And what is angular acceleration? Look at it, here alpha is equal to d omega by dt. And angular acceleration is equal to d omega by dt. Now look at that, A is equal to alpha into r. A is equal to alpha into r, or in vector form, A vector is equal to alpha vector into r vector. Linear acceleration is equal to the cross product of angular acceleration and position vector or radius vector. The very important formula that connects the relation between A and alpha.